basically the new reality for producers.
Hello, welcome back to another episode
in the 50s.
Did you hear what I said, Miss Kubelik? I absolutely adore you.
Oh, as you can see, I'm freaking over here at Gate 1. Woo! Wow. Look at it. Look at it. It's freaking... It's Gate 1. We're at the entry point, which is just like, I don't like working over here because I don't really know what to do. But I did get my cheat sheet. I did get my whole ass cheat sheet, which is pretty good. It was pretty awesome. It's what keeps me allowing to be able to know what to do. Because I don't really know what to do. I don't know how to freaking operate up here. I don't really know how to operate up here, which is kind of strange. I don't know why they would put me up here. But it's fine. Whatever, I guess. Just go ahead and keep on pushing forward and keep on trying to be a better version of myself every single day. And a huge of how I don't fall into falling off track and being off track is staying away from women and not getting too close. You gotta stay at least a nice arm's length distance away from women, because then they're gonna get you pregnant. And people think that a woman gets pregnant. A woman doesn't get pregnant. A man gets pregnant, because a man's gonna have to deal with that mess for the rest of his life. I have a whole bunch of pills inside of my pocket. And now I'm gonna go ahead and pop them. Oh, that was real good right there. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna navigate this whole thing, man. But then again, I guess really nobody knows how they're gonna navigate their life, right? Because, I guess you kind of have... Well, actually, no, because I think that you're kind of born with exactly what you need to do on this planet. I think you're born exactly... You know exactly what you want to do, but then it gets beaten out of you. It gets kind of beaten out of you, like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. You don't want to do that. You're a stupid person. Like, no one's ever done that in history. What are you talking about? That's a stupid thing. You need to go ahead and get a job. You need to go ahead and go to work. And then, you just get into a habit of listening to the people, of just random suggestions from random people all of the time. And it just becomes like a nice little hypnotic thing. And then, eventually you turn freaking 35. And then you turn 40. And then you turn 42. And then you're like, well, maybe I could possibly. And then you turn 45. And then you turn 50. And then you turn 60. And then you're like, oh, well, maybe now I can possibly do it. Since now that I got divorced, and then my children don't love me enough to call me anymore, because I don't understand why people have kids in the first place. I think it's kind of stupid of of all the gambles in the world, you're going to choose the worst one that's going to stick with you for the rest of eternity. Having a kid, I think it's the stupidest fucking decision that anybody could have ever made in a lifetime, of you're going to have a child. I'm so glad and so fortunate that when I did have my last girlfriend, that I didn't get her pregnant, dude. I am so glad I'm so grateful that I didn't have a kid, because it's like I didn't want to have a kid. We were just doing what freaking young people do, is getting to fucking, just fucking every single minute of the day. And I think a lot of guys do that because, like, I didn't even check, I didn't even ask. It wasn't even in my realm of thinking to make sure that she was on birth control. And I can imagine that that's what a lot of guys do. And then, you just get into it. You just get into, it's kind of like joining a gang. Like, you guys kind of just like start when you're young and when it's nice and innocent, and maybe like you're just doing some petty theft at like a freaking 7-Eleven. But then, like, as the years go on, it gets a little bit more and a little bit more serious, and then eventually you're holding a gun to a person's place. It's like, how the fuck did we get here? It's like, well, my friends, it's called gradation. It's called when you start just a little bit. You just try just a little bit, but then you're not tracking it. You're just getting completely out of control. You fall into deniability of, well, it's not that bad. And then you get to a place to where, you just freaking did your first murder. And, like, it's, like, crazy from the people, like, you watch documentaries on YouTube and, like, you watch these murders of, like, oh, how did they get to that point? One little tiny thing at a time, bro. Just like, even, like, you watch, like, documentaries of freaking Himmler. And, just like, how did he convince an entire nation to be that bad? One little tiny thing at a time. One little seminar at a time. One little group together, and then, like, it just gets worse and worse and worse until it gets to the point to where other people are like, oh my god, how did you get to that point? It's just like even like saving up money. It's just like, one day you got freaking $600 in your account, but then you save a little bit more, and then, like, over the years, then you got freaking $600,000 in your account. It's like, well, how did you get that much money? It was like one little thing at a time. And it's just like, same with dating. It just starts at innocent. I'm just like, just one little look at a person, I'm just like, oh wow, they were looking back at me, and then becomes into a conversation. And then, eventually, you ask for a number, and then you guys are texting, and then you're like, hey, do you want to hang out? And then it's like a really long text. You're like, oh my god, I shouldn't have asked her out. Oh my gosh, she's gonna say no. And then, like, a freaking hour later, she says, yes, of course, I would like to go. And then just one little date. And one little date turns into 2 little dates. And 2 little dates turns into 3 dates. And then eventually, you go ahead and kiss her. And it's just one little instant kiss, right? And then freaking, eventually you guys are having sex. And then, oh shit, the condom breaks. And then you have a child. And then, oh my god, you're going to be a dad. And then now your freaking mother-in-law is freaking running all over around the place. And it's like, oh, we need to go freaking get like a baby crib and freaking doing all this stuff. And you don't realize what the hell is going on. It's like, oh my god, I'm a father now. It's like, I'm a father. It's like, freaking, I don't even know how to take care of myself. What are you talking about? I'm going to be a father. And then eventually you guys go to the freaking hospital, and then freaking this freaking awful thing of just witnessing a freaking person come out of the freaking girl, and then you're like, oh my god, that's mine, and I financially and I'm legally obligated to take care of that thing. What I'm saying is, we just need to really, really focus on freaking waking up. We gotta wake up, dude. We gotta wake up and, like, realize, like, no, I don't want to have a freaking kid. What are you talking about? I don't even know how to freaking... I barely even know how to do my taxes. Like, I don't even know how to freaking, like, most people don't even know how to, like, go get themselves a freaking job and then, like, get themselves an apartment and then, like, get yourself a car and then get, like, all these things. Like, yet they just want to jump all the way to the finish line and freaking have a freaking baby. I'd say absolutely not. It's not going to happen. Well, that's it. I guess I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode, 5 o'clock in the morning. Bye.